We're back.
We're back. Episode 3.
Oh
my God.
Of another lame podcast. Very impromptu.
Very impromptu, yeah. We just I was sick this week, so I was not planning to do it till the week after. But then next thing you know, Libby's like, I'm free. Like all the time. I was like, oh, so let's just do it.
Let's just fucking do it.
Let's do it. So yeah.
So we're back. Got a lot of good reception for episode 2. Mm-hmm. So even though it was a longer episode, it did nicely. I'm pretty happy about that. I was really happy about episode 2. So
because we're out and about it, and you're telling me all these people you know that are watching it. I'm like, who? I have no one. I literally think no one's watching. So I'm just like being a fucking absolute dork. I'm like, now I'm thinking, oh man, I have an audience.
Yeah,
prep a little bit.
An audience of Gen Z.
Gen Z. God damn it.
We even got a comment.
Yeah.
Hold on, I should have been more prepared for this. Okay, so we got a comment from AJVMS.
Okay.
Yeah. And he or they mentioned in the comments, they had a question. Their question was,
which is crazy. Like, thanks for sending us questions.
Yeah, thanks for the questions.
Because like the whole thing was just do this thing just like on some like improv, like we're improving a bit. I didn't expect us to now start answering questions at episode 3,
which is awesome.
I'm like,
really,
okay,
really living my YouTuber fantasy right now. Which
exactly.
Is awesome. But,
I thought, like I said, I thought we're gonna be podcast bros by like episode 50 with like a good audience. At episode 3, damn.
So thank you.
Yeah,
thank you guys. So and if you have any more questions, hit them up.
Yeah,
like we'll answer them. So regarding episode 2, the question that they said was, I just want to ask, why do we humans want to be in a relationship? I think we have to search deeper. If it's anything other than love, it's eventually going to crumble. Mm-hmm. Being in a relationship to just fill your void, in parentheses, to cure your loneliness, is not a good enough reason. Love, 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 that's the only real thing. And he linked us a video. So we
have you watched the video?
Or? I did watch the video, okay. And I do agree.
So that's Jade. So the comment, the video is Jado Krishnamurti. He is like he's somebody who doesn't consider himself as a spiritual person, like in a spiritual leader, but he does have very good points. For example, like when he started off, he was actually a leader of like a cult, basically.
Right.
They found him in India. This group found him in India, made him into the leader, and then he realized that it was all bullshit, and he dissolved it all. Right. He literally told people, it's like, just go and figure it out yourself. So his main thing is like, he has this thing called choices awareness, which we can get into it in another episode. I'm just like so fried right now that I can't like, have a full smart conversation about things like that.
Yeah,
but like in terms of his question, yes. So last episode, because I was wrestling with a cold, I feel like I wasn't kind of giving you the full kind of like answers, right?
Right.
But I thing that I mentioned in the last episode was about like the more you approach something with desperate and needy energy, the more you may get that thing you want, but because it doesn't correspond to what it is realistically, you're always gonna chase after that. You're always gonna be disappointed because that standard will never be met.
Right.
And it's just funny to me, which is really ironic, is like people who claim to be lover boys and lover girls are like the ones with the most failed relationships.
Fuck.
It's like, bro, how is that even on brand, bro? How can you be called a lover boy and every single of your relationships have not worked out?
Well, maybe they're a hopeless romantic. I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, but that's
and a lover boy.
Well, there you go. Well,
yo.
that's where the problem lies, because it's like we are idealistic. We have this ideal version of what love's supposed to be, and we're trying to reach that, and it never gets there. And like I have two of my friends, and it's like they unfortunately were in very abusive relationships, right?
Right.
And they're self-proclaimed lover girls, right? And by no means am I saying that they were so desperate for it that they asked for that thing to happen. But, and there's a show called BoJack Horseman that said something of the sort, where it's like, when you see love, and this is verbatim, when you see love through rose-tinted glasses, all the red flags are going to look like the same colors, right?
Yeah.
And I just wonder if the people that they were in this abusive relationship with were showing some red flags, but because they were so stuck of trying to make their idealized version of love work, that they ignored it until it was too late.
100%.
Right?
I mean, I do that.
Yeah.
Like, and I also agree with the comment that, like, a good relationship has to be built not just on attraction or, like, you know, just surface level stuff, right? There has to be, like, love, but not love in the sense of, like, what it's portrayed in Disney movies, right? Love as in love for yourself, love for the other person, love for, like, the wholeness
this
of
universal love.
Love for what existence is, right? Because I mean, in the video, they mentioned that what's her name again?
Jiddu Krishnamurti. So JK. Yeah, JK.
So JK, what he said was, there will never be love in its entirety if there's division, whether it's division in you or against each other.
Yeah.
And I really like that because it's true. Like, if you talk bad about yourself, which we're coming back to episode 2.
Yeah.
If you talk bad about yourself, you're never going to love yourself.
Yeah.
And if you never love yourself, how can you claim to be a person who can love someone else? Like, we always hear this thing about you need to love yourself before you love someone else. It's a huge thing. I disagree. But that's a whole different topic.
You disagree with you need to love yourself before you can love somebody else?
Yes.
Okay.
I disagree with that, but we'll get to that another time.
Okay.
But yes, you need to have this sense of this huge and deep-rooted sense of love, but also respect and, like, confidence within yourself before seeking someone else.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to mess someone else up either.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to ruin their portrayal of themselves.
Yeah.
At least I never want to.
Yeah.
But
like, that's the thing. It's like, until we break free from this romanticized idea of what we want in a relationship, we're always going to get that. We're always going to find that thing that's never going to, I guess, make us feel whole. Because it's either that other person sees something that they can take advantage of because they're abusive or they're narcissists, or that both of you guys are so broken that you guys keep, you know, just like, you know, toxic relationships. That's what they are. You know? Like, it's just two broken people trying to make something work, but it's not working. Right? So that's the thing. I'm somebody who just, like, I went through that phase, bro. Like, I was head over heels for somebody not too long ago, and, like, now I understand that, I'm like, what I was doing was so dumb, because I was like, like, it wasn't helping me. Yeah, maybe it got me to this point, but it's like, I realized that if I approach, like, for me, it's like this, bro. Like, if you approach love or relationship from, let's say, a logical standpoint, a rational standpoint, aren't you going to be able to give the best version of you then to this other person?
I think so. You should be able to.
Yeah, exactly. So then we should be looking at this in a realistic way, or else we're just going to keep trying to find perfection in something that isn't perfect, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's the thing. And I think people think that being rational and logical about matters of the heart is like, oh, we're just like, we got to think about like this and this and this. No, it's just about being your best self in the best way possible, so that you, like, the thing is this, when I did the inner work that I needed to do, I feel like now I have the capacity to truly love somebody in a deep way. Yeah. But I'm not in a rush to give it away, right? But I know that I can do it because I did the work, right?
Yes.
So
yeah,
I'd say that. So Yeah.
So thank you again for the comment. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm super happy that we addressed that.
Yeah.
And again, if you guys have other questions or topics that you want us to talk about, hit us up.
Yeah.
We, at least I read the comments.
I mean, like, it's so crazy, bro. Like, we're just episode 2.
Yeah, episode
And
2,
we're,
one
like,
comment. This is
one
nice.
comment, and we're still we're answering questions and stuff. That's crazy to me.
It's
I
really
appreciate
fun.
it.
It's really fun.
It
It's
is
really
fun.
fun.
It's I appreciate it, but I was not expecting to do it until episode 2000. All right. So okay. That being said, I want to talk, like, we can banter a little bit, but
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, like, I really want I don't want this podcast. I don't want our podcast to have too much of a structure, but I think that we should have some structure. I think episode 2, yeah, we did talk a little bit longer, and I appreciate the people that did want to stay and listen to it.
Yep.
But I think that it'd be good to have a little structure so that we're not, like, circling around too much of, like, different topics and whatever.
And that's why we have topics now.
Yeah, we have topics. We'll
Talking points.
We're
even.
talking points, and we're gonna try to make that happen in that sense. So I'm, like, thinking, like, first 10 minutes we can banter or whatever, keep it low key, and then after that we can go into our topics.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna let you be the topics guy.
I'm the topics guy.
Yeah,
I got topics.
topics.
So, for now,
Well, what do you want to talk about?
well,
Because we had 3 topics we wanted to talk
yeah,
about.
and we forgot about the last one.
So
Kinda.
let's start with the
Let's
first
start with
one.
the first one.
Yeah.
So the first topic that I want to ask you,
Yeah.
right, is what is the hardest thing that someone ever said to you?
Pause. The hardest thing somebody ever said to me. Okay, so just for, like, time's sake, I do have 2 things. One of them was, like, being called spoiled, or, like, stop being a little princess, because that's where I kind of realized, shit, like, I don't have any responsibilities, right?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, like, going through life in a very selfish manner. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to kind of, like, make some changes. But I think the hardest thing I heard somebody say to me, that was a bar. That was like, yo, you should be a rapper. It was, excuse me, it was one of my buddies. So when I was in Alberta in 2018, I had just came back from, like, this quote unquote spiritual trip, right?
Right.
I went to, like, Saudi Arabia, then I went to Bangladesh, then Bangladesh to Nepal, right, in 2018. And I had just came back to Montreal, and I was like, by then I had moved from Alberta to Montreal, or Calgary to Montreal, and I was having a really difficult time in Montreal. So I was thinking, fuck. So then somehow I was able to, like, manage a trip to Asia, to, like, Saudi Arabia, to Bangladesh and Nepal. And I came back, and I was like, okay, I want to move back to Alberta, because back in Alberta, I used to have, like, things going on, but I let it go because I just didn't feel like I was fitting in. So for people who don't know, I was born and raised in Montreal, then I moved to Alberta, didn't like living there when I was younger, had moved back to Montreal, went through a crazy depression during that time. And then 2018, I went from a trip, and then I tried to go back to Alberta, but I was there for a summer. And, like, as I was there, I was going through a very dark, depressed time, right? Prior to my trip, I don't know if it's prior to my trip or maybe, like, right after my trip, I went through a really dark phase where, like, I popped so much. Like, I went out with these couple of dudes, and I popped so much pills, bro. I think I OD'd because I passed out. Yeah, I passed out, and apparently we passed out in the metro, right? And the cops took me and they threw me outside. And so I woke up with bruises and everything all over me, right? So somehow being fucking, like, having all these, like, drugs in my system, waking up at, like, back in my friend's place, being like, what the fuck happened to me? I have bruises everywhere. And the same day I had to go to Alberta. I had my flight there. So I slept for, like, 24 hours straight because it was Xanax pills I took.
Holy shit.
So I was out cold. Right?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was.
And this was in Montreal.
It was in Montreal.
Okay.
So we went out. I think we went to the Irish pub. We drank a lot. They had pills. I popped some. I was like, fuck it. And I crashed. And so I moved to Alberta, and I went through a dark depression because my parents, we used to live in Alberta, but they hadn't moved. They went on the trip with me, and they were going to come back months later And I was still in Montreal. I was like, fuck, like I don't want to be here. I'm going through all these things. Fuck it. So then I went through that OD situation, and then I'm like, okay, I booked my flight to Alberta. I went back and I went to go see some of my friends there that were, I think they're really solid people. And as I was going through there in the garage, we were chilling, and one of my friends, he's like, yo, Reek, you need to get out of your funk. You know, you need to get out of your situation. I don't know what's going on, but you really need to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And me being the artist that I am, I was like, nah, bro, if I lose my depression, I won't have anything to write about.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was like, and that goes back to like the other thing, like being spoiled or whatever. It's like, I felt like I didn't have like a story to tell with my music.
Mm-hmm.
And so I almost quote unquote fabricated it by going into depression. I think the depression happened because of the situation I was in.
Yeah.
But I also think that instead of extended it for like the 10 years I went through depression, I could have done like a year or two with depression and figured things out, right?
Right.
If I had a good support system, I just didn't. So I crashed, right? And me being the idiot that I am, I rather not get help. I rather figure things out myself. And like 10 years of it when I could have done a year of it.
I think that's a very Bengali thing to do, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
you
just kind of deal with it on your own and figure things out later.
Yeah, but I also was very open, and I like the idea of like mental health awareness and like all these things.
Yeah.
So I knew about it. I just didn't want to do it, right? I
Right.
actually really wanted to, because there's this quote that Rumi says. It's like all these emotions that you have,
Mm-hmm.
every single one of them opens you to who you are, right? So
Right.
when they enter you, they cleanse you and they leave. So let it cleanse you. Me, I'm like, okay, well, let depression cleanse me. But the thing with depression, there's like levels to depression. There's aggression, there's sadness, there's numbness. So I went through all of these things to finally get to this point 10 years later. But
Shit.
yeah, so
God damn, bro.
so regardless, and that's why I was like, I felt like I had to hold on to my depression because I needed something to write about. I needed to be like, you know, the sad, vulnerable artist.
The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd. Laissez tomber, you know, that's, you know, I let my girl back home. I would be singing for real, but my voice cracked right now. But hey, yo.
Pause.
Yeah, I hope we're not clipping, man. We are speaking a little loud. It's
Yeah, I
orange.
I really hope we're not clipping right now.
Damn. Yeah, we are.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, fuck. Okay,
Oh,
we're
shit.
starting the whole episode over. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
No, we're good. It's just, I didn't notice because I'm like, I hear us laugh and then I hear a clip. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But I guess we just had to deal with it post.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we got a little too excited. We're still figuring things out.
We're still figuring things out.
So yeah, anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was in the garage and my friend, he's like, I'm like, bro, I can't let it go. I need something to talk about, right? And if I don't have something to talk about, then who am I? And he's like, look, bro, you can be depressed and write the most beautiful music ever, or you can be blissful and at peace and write just as beautiful music.
Holy shit.
And that was where I was like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And so that kind of planted the seed of like changing myself. It took a while, but that was the beginning of it. So yeah, that was like the hardest thing
Holy shit. Yeah.
anyone ever told me.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's a really good. That's hard. That's a bar right there.
That's a bar. That is a bar. Yeah. Okay, we're 18 minutes. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just hoping like it's not clipping and stuff. So I'm like trying to figure this out.
Yeah, you're just trying to see if it's all good.
Yeah. Because listen, guys, this is a quite impromptu style episode.
It is.
I didn't get the chance to like figure things out. We were just like got so excited because people were wanting to watch it, and we are like, yo, let's do one right now.
Hey, I think doing an impromptu episode is probably the best way to go.
Yeah.
Because we're as natural quotations as we can be.
That's true. It's true. Me, I just don't want to like. Yeah. Anyways, I'm like super tired, but I'm enjoying this. What's the hardest thing you've ever been told?
Wait.
No space in the memory card.
Oh shit.
Okay, I think we're back. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So yeah, what was the hardest thing you have been told?
Hardest thing that I've
And
been
luckily,
told.
bro, I'm happy that it cut right before you were getting deep into your story. Like that was some destiny
Yeah,
shit.
that would have been really bad if it just
Yeah.
cut
Yeah.
halfway through. This is gonna be interesting to see in editing. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
This is gonna be interesting. I think this is what makes people want to watch. Maybe it's like we're just figuring
We're
things out.
just two dudes
Yeah.
like figuring things out.
Okay, so yeah, what was yours?
So what's the hardest thing that I've been told? I'm gonna start with the bar because I think the bar was really good,
Yeah.
right?
I'm the opposite. I wait till the end.
The hardest thing that I've ever been told is I was watching this TikTok of this guy called Justin Scott, or like Cypher.s on TikTok.
Okay.
And he makes like these really like not visceral isn't the word, but these really like heavy topics, and he uses a lot of metaphors to express that, and one of them was about self-trust. Now self-trust is the belief that you have within yourself when it comes to anything regarding like how you view the world, for example, right? So self-trust, like the word says, it's how much do you trust yourself in and navigating the world. And one of the hardest quotes that he said that really stuck with me was don't give the room the authority to name you. You walked into that room with a name. And I was like, yo,
bar.
It's a bar because like you know, when you navigate the world, you never fully know what's gonna happen, right? And when you walk into a space, you walked in as your own individual. You have your own beliefs and your own like set of morals that you hold within yourself. And when you walk into that room and you let other people sort of change you for the worst, or whether they like do slight changes, it like takes away from who you are. Because to me anyways, every individual has a spark, and that spark is what makes them. And if you lose that spark, or you try to fabricate something else, or if you're becoming like performative or whatever, you lose that sense of self. And I think that's the saddest thing. So when I heard that quote, I was like, damn, I gotta trust myself more and believe in myself a lot more, because if I don't, who's gonna do it? And also I lose myself, like my individuality, if I let anyone else like tell me what to do.
That's interesting. It really didn't make me think, though. I think that in order for you to be yourself, you need to know yourself, right? And like I had a friend of mine who said that. He's like, how can you be yourself if you don't even know who you are, right? And so I wonder, like, sometimes these things that changes, the people that do change you and all that stuff is just part of learning who you are, right? I feel like if people don't put you in a situation that's uncomfortable, then you'll never know what's good, what you like and you don't like, right?
100%.
So and
that's why I take every interaction with my full heart, because I'm like, I never know what they're gonna talk about, so I think it'd be interesting to see where this leads and how it can help me grow as a person, or if it's gonna change my mindset on certain topics, right? But that was the hardest thing that I've heard. Now the hardest thing that someone ever told me was actually my homegirl Kezi. Not to go into detail or anything, but I was going through like a very difficult period, especially last September, and but this was like a year-long thing. So I went to her and I told her like, hey Kezi, this is what I'm going through. And I'm not very much one to talk about my problems very often. I think that comes back to the Bengali issue, where we just don't really talk about our issues. We just sort of deal with it and figure it out along the way. And so I told Kezi, because I'm like, she's been a longtime friend of mine, and I need to like express it to her. So I expressed it to her, and I see her like tearing up, and she gives me a hug, and she tells me, you're really strong and resilient for dealing with something so heavy, and you come to work with a smile on your face every single time. I never would have guessed. And when people ever, even my fucking barber, I told my barber, and he was like, you're strong, man. So the word "you're strong" really has a deep impact for me, because for me it's like business as usual, right? Like no one's gonna understand what you're going through, so you just kind of deal with it however best you can. So when people come up to me and they're like, Labib, you are strong, like ridiculously strong for like doing what you do every single day, I was like, whoa. It makes the suffering real. And that's the hardest thing.
That's one thing I did definitely notice about you, where it's like, oh, you handle that very well. Like a little too well, buddy.
It's a psych degree.
It's a psych degree.
The psych degree is carrying.
Or something. It's like funny. It's like you're sad and you look at your notes.
Oh, fuck me.
Let's
see.
Oh, class 2. Talk about Carl Jung. Okay, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, week 5.
Week 5.
All right, I got it.
Okay, so this is what it is. You start smiling. I'm like, yo, this guy is psycho, man. He reads notes. No, it's good. I think validate, like you said. I think you said it's something like, I feel like my struggle got validated, or you're like, I've gotten so far, and I feel like I got validated for it. Sometimes we don't even realize how far we get, right?
Yeah, no, so, you really don't.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my homegirl, Kezi, and even my other friends, right? Like my other friends always say like, you're strong. Like, it like puts meaning into what I'm doing, and I'm like, damn, like I never realized that.
Yeah, that's good, dude. Yeah. All right, cool. So
that's the first thing.
That's the first thing. What's the next topic? We have 7 minutes, so I think we did about 25 minutes.
All right.
It's not bad. Right. Yeah.
Not bad.
Doing good for time.
Yeah. So the other thing, right, that it kind of relates back to the dating aspect of like episode 2, which was approaching people.
Yeah.
Right. Because me and Niloy, we talked a lot about, or at least I did. I talked a lot about approaching people and being more like open and approachable.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the traits that I really want to work on, where as soon as I approach someone, it's like easy conversation, which is crazy because I met this this girl at the Eaton Center. We had a really nice conversation. Yeah. And it's because I was looking for a damn seat.
Yeah.
And like, she's great. She's super fun. I was like, yo, this is an amazing conversation. I had a great fucking time.
That's dope.
And so I want to recreate that more, where I'm just talking to random strangers and I'm like, yo, we're having just a regular conversation, but this is like really meaningful to me. Yeah. Now,
look, before we even go into the next thing, I would definitely say this thing. Like, now that you've been introduced to Jiddu Krishnamurti through that comment, he does say something of that sort, where he's like, like, what? Because the thing is this, my mic picks everything up and I hear everything in my headphones, so I can hear people talking like 12 miles away from me. So I'm like, what's going on? So I'm tripping out a little bit. But yeah, anyways, I like, got introduced to Jiddu Krishnamurti, and like he said something of this sort of like, we're always chasing that one thing that made us feel good, right?
Yes.
And that's the thing that causes a little bit of like dissonance in us, because we're like, well, it worked this one time and now I want it to happen all the time if I took this action.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts.
So it's just like, the thing is, the reason why you had such a good conversation with this person is because you weren't planning to have it. Right. And then it happened. And so if you think that it's going to happen every time you like think about it happening, you're kind of like going into a world full of disappointment, you know.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I tried to recreate that at the gym yesterday and it didn't work.
Yeah, you creeped her out.
I creeped her out. I was like, fuck me, I'm an idiot. Why did I think that the same thing was gonna happen, right? I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But
so at least you did it. Me, like
yeah.
I was saying, at least you did it. Me, I'm so scared of rejection that I'm never gonna know. Mine will never, like, I'll never ever go that far. But like, yeah.
You know, I'm a slut for rejection. Like, I want to get rejected, so I'm like, all right, I got my answer. We're moving on.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I said, you're a masochist, bro.
I am a masochist.
More.
But
hey, yo.
Hey, yo. But one of the topics that I wanted to bring up was Gen Z and like approaching each other.
Oh, okay, yeah, Gen Z.
Yeah, and being approaching to someone, not someone, but people. Like, I think it's really cool when people approach me, and I think it's really cool for me to approach people. But at least 80% of the time, I got my AirPods in, and I'm just walking through navigating life, right? But when I take my AirPods out and I'm just sitting at a park and I'm listening to everything around me, it's beautiful. I'm like, damn, this is nice. Why don't I do this more often? And then when I, so like all that to say, I think just navigating the world, or just every day, with without having any sort of distraction, whether it's music or a podcast. Unless it's us. Yeah. If we're in the podcast, just keep listening to us.
Yeah,
you know?
Please. don't start, enjoying life. Don't listen to us.
Listen to us and then enjoy life.
Yeah,
after.
Exactly. We are the answer.
But I think it's very hard to just pause to just approach people in general, because everyone's in their own like space, right? Do you find that difficult? It's like insanely difficult.
Like I said, bro, I don't approach people. Like I said, and I've always said this, I am the worst friend ever. Like, I am such a bad friend to people, and I don't deserve friends. But because we're animals that needs companionship, we're gonna have friends.
Well, yeah.
But I've like 99% of the times, like, my closest friends are people who reach out to me all the time. I never reach out to them. Literally, like, it's just like they'll text me first. They'll ask how I'm doing. They're the one that if I don't answer the first time, weeks later they'll reach out again. You know, like they're always constantly trying to check up on me, right? And so like I have that dynamic with people. Imagine like meeting anybody that's strangers. I don't have that, right? I'm just like, it's not that I don't think it would be interesting, but like I was saying, a lot of times when I say I was saying, it's probably because we've had this conversation outside.
Probably, yes.
So expect that this has happened. We're just retelling the thing, okay?
We are.
So,
but consolidated.
Yeah, consolidated. We're not like, yeah. Yeah, so I'm tired, guys. Sorry.
Me too.
Tell. Like, I'm just like, no. So and now random people, I'm like, there's no point. But like, I was saying prior to the podcast, I was like, I just feel like it's too much of a responsibility. You're getting to know somebody, you're opening yourself to a different world, right? Yeah. Every single person is their own world, their own story. And like, sometimes I'm like, I have a lot already on my plate. Like, I don't need anyone else's story at this moment.
Really? Yeah. No, I mean, I can get that. Yeah, you do have a lot going on.
So that's one of the reasons why I got sick again. Like, I got sick in December back to back, and then in April, and I'm just like fried, like, And so like for me, it's just, I'm at a point where I just can't, right?
Right.
But for you, I think you should keep approaching people, especially because I know deep down, and deep down, that people like that. They want to be taken out of the
100%. Like, I keep seeing these videos where we talk about like, well, not just videos, but just people in general. Like me, if I look at myself, right, in a very egotistical way, in a narcissistic way, I want to get approached. Yeah. But no one's gonna fucking approach me. Man. So why why would anyone approach me?
Yeah.
If I don't have anything to offer.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
that aspect doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
What
yeah.
matters is that
You don't always have to offer something.
you never have to offer something, right? But what matters the most is if I want to be approached, surely other people want to be approached too, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
Like I think after COVID, that like killed a lot of the face-to-face interaction. Like everyone's isolated, everyone's doing their own thing,
Yeah.
and we're slowly building up to that comfort level again.
Yeah.
And so when I see someone that I think is interesting, my immediate reaction is, let me go talk to them. Because if I just sit there and I'm like, oh man, I really want to talk to this girl, or I really want to talk to this guy, he looks cool, like it's just gonna remain in my head until I do something about it. So it's better for me to just like get out of my comfort zone and just go talk to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And half the time after talking to them, I realize they're fucking boring as shit. And I'm like, you know what, maybe, or like if I approach a guy, I'm like, yo, I like your style, man.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, women. And then I'm like, oh great, this is a fucking misogynist.
Yeah.
Or like,
you don't know what door you're opening. You know?
you never know what door, but that's the
Yeah.
exciting part
That's
for
the
me.
part, yeah.
I'm like, yo, I could talk to like the next fucking Gandhi right now.
That's
or I
true.
could talk to Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take that fucking 50-50 right now, bro. And either way, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get the Andrew Tates.
Yeah.
Because that'd be fucked up. And I'd have to walk away.
Yeah. Well,
I
think
will walk away.
I personally think like I'm like right now I broadcast myself so much through social media, through music, through podcasting, that I'm at a point where like I think I'm putting myself out in the world enough
Yeah.
that if they want to approach me, they have the material to approach me, you know. But a lot of people is just unknown. Me, it's like a different story. It's like, whoa, I'm gonna get fun. Like people who are watching me are people that I have no idea, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't, you know. So it's just like, well, they're getting to know who I am and whatever, right? But again, approaching people is just not that I don't want to. It's just like I said, it's opening up a door to another world and another dimension that is just like, you have to have time to do it. Right?
And honestly, yeah, and like I completely understand that as well. Like I'm not gonna be like, all right, now that we're done shooting this podcast, let's go to a fucking lounge or some shit, you know?
Which we might do.
We aren't doing that. I'm fried. You're fried. I'm gonna go take a nap after.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what, Labib, I think we have quite a bit of times here, so
We've reached the limit.
I think so. I think I'm glad we did an impromptu because, like, bro, like
It feels more natural.
it does feel more natural.
And hopefully that random cut
Yeah.
wasn't too like
That's gonna be hilarious.
abrupt, you know?
That's gonna be so fucking hilarious, bro. There's just like, what happened? Like you can tell, like that's the thing, bro. Like I don't want this to be like, I wanted structured talking points,
Yeah.
but I don't want this to be like, I want this to be natural. Like you were telling me, like like we were having food not so long ago. Like I think the reason why people are enjoying this, which I hope people are enjoying
I
this,
sure hope so.
that it's because there's this naturalness. We're not like being specific about something,
And we're mentioning topics that aren't like,
you know.
that are like everyday problems,
I
right?
guess,
Everyday
yeah.
concerns.
Yeah,
At least I
exactly.
think these are everyday concerns.
Well, concerns that everyday people think about.
Yeah.
Let's just say. Right?
Like, I guess we could talk about the economy.
Yeah. So it sucks to be a Gen Z. Bro, like, okay, the only thing I'll say about Gen Z economy and everything is that like you said, you have friends who are like, what, 27, 28 or whatever.
Yeah.
And having trouble finding corporate jobs.
100%.
And the fact that you guys are working in like sales at this age is like, dog, the economy fucked you.
It was really fucking
Yeah,
bad.
it
Dog.
really, really fucked you. But that's all I'm going to talk about. I cannot get into...
We'll get there
Yeah.
eventually. Maybe episode 50.
Yeah, maybe that's when we're going to be swaying people to vote for the right candidate, hopefully.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And we're going to be on the billboard elections
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly. We're going to be invited to like inaugurations because we're the one that got this person in. That's, you know, that would happen, right?
That's what happened?
Yeah. That's how like Trump got elected. It was because he got on all these podcast bros stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he was on Andrew Schultz. He was on like Theo Vaughn. He was on all these like podcasts, and they pushed him, and then that's why he got elected. Now all of them regretting it because he's fucking up the world.
Well, yeah. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways,
Good to
let's
know.
end it here. I'm fucking dying of cough. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.